is the Investor Connect podcast program. This is Hall T. Martin. I'm the host of the show, in which we interview angel investors, venture capital, private equity, family offices, and many other investor groups for startups and growth companies. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you for joining us.
All right, all set?
Yep, we see your slides. You're good to go.
Okay, thank you. All right, so let's see. We started off with getting all cleaned up to go out, and then we had a drink, and then we had something on the brain, and so now let's go out and have some fun. All right, so we're going to talk about ticket rewards, live entertainment as a service, and who are we and what do we do? We are basically a ticketing company, or we have big relationships in live entertainment, and basically we work directly with presenters, promoters, sports teams, and venues directly, and have strategic inventory about $500 million worth of ticket that we get consigned. Because what we do is we actually work directly with brands, and we're the behind the scene partner of HBO Max or Celebrity Cruises, Hearst, and many others. And what do we do is we actually give them access to tickets, whether it's a pre-sale, an incentive that we do, or a loyalty program that we do. And then the consumer actually gets a big benefit of getting access to these tickets, so they get a lot of loyalty back to the brands. And then the consumer will go to the events, and just doing this as quickly, but goes to the events, has a great time, and then they actually have an emotional connection back to the brand, whether it's HBO, Celebrity Cruises, San Francisco Chronicle, and I'll give you some case studies of how this has worked. And then their engagement and retention goes up. So it's a lower cost of acquisition, a lower cost of retention, and in the end, lower churn for the bunch of the companies that we're working with. So in the case study of like Celebrity Cruises, they're trying to keep people engaged in between their cruises. The number one email that they send out to their Captain's Club members is the live entertainment emails that we send. They actually get 40% higher open rates and 20% higher click-through rates when they're giving these. So also, while we were building our business, because we are fully functioning ticketing company already, we ran into HBO Max, and who highlighted that churn is the killer of the business, and they're looking for ways to keep people on their platform. So we've done a 6-month pilot with HBO and with Max, and they are going to be moving forward with us with their loyalty program. So here's our big opportunity. It's very big in the sense that brands are looking for ways to keep people engaged and retained. The cost behind it is high. We actually have a low-cost solution for them. The live entertainment space is totally untapped. And then the live entertainment space is a bunch of small businesses that we know we can put in one platform. Little tidbits to know about retention and growth. Just a 5% increase in retention can actually increase profits by 25 to 95%. The cost of acquisition is 5 to 7 times higher, more expensive than actually retaining consumers. And we do an incredible job of retaining the consumers they already have. And more loyal consumers spend 67% more on rather than new ones. So our solution has been a mobile-first co-branded white label redemption platform for live entertainment with multiple ways to do it. We actually have about 4 different revenue streams that we actually actively are already doing. As I mentioned, we have about $500 million worth of consigned inventory from your likes of Andre Bocelli to New Kids on the Block. Whether you're Yankees or a Red Sox fan, we actually work with all of them. We also then have access to $1 billion plus of marketplace inventory with over 35,000 live events. It seamlessly integrates into programs. It's very easy based off of push notifications or emails. It drives engagement, retention, and brand loyalty. And then the best part is that we get feedback from all the brands that we work with, that consumers are saying thank you back to the brand. Thank you to Celebrity Cruises for getting me out to this event. This is a very big marketplace in the ticketing space. We know this space very well. We are passionate about live entertainment. But the interesting thing is the loyalty and reward space in itself is even larger. So we are working with enterprise brands, the Fortune 500 companies, and when we get them on a phone call, they're looking for ways to integrate us. Here's our current client base. These are brands that you know: United Mileage Plus, HBO Max, Celebrity Cruises, Hearst, many, many different programs that we do with the newspapers to keep their subscribers activated. And we work in the vacation timeshare space, and then a bunch of companies that you're probably unaware of. We also have a marketplace of our own in which we're moving about $2 million worth of tickets already. We finished off the year so strong, we actually made a profit. Our active pipeline, which we need help because there's so many different companies out there, because we have industry agnostic for our approach. These are already companies that we're talking to. And good news is Fandium actually just came on board. Travelzoo's a company that has over 19 million subscribers in the United States. 1-800-Flowers is starting in 2 weeks. Go-To Foods, which is your Jamba Juice, Whataburger, they're all in negotiations right now to start by the beginning of July. And then we have a massive opportunity with Lyft that I believe we're having a phone call while I am on this phone right now about starting in March to be the provider of tickets for them and their 45 million transactions that they have a month. If we're able to help them change their share by 1%, it helps them get about $1 billion worth of value to their company. We have a bunch of other leads that we have, but to be honest, we're not touching enough companies right now. And that's why we're doing a raise, because we can reach out to the nonprofit world. Fandium did that. They're working with a number of nonprofits that basically used our incentive tool to raise more funds for their nonprofit. Here's some customer success stories. Hearst Corporation, we started giving them deals in different marketplaces. It went so well because 50% of the people were actively engaged in our product were people they thought were going to unsubscribe. So they went from just doing 1 email to now doing 4 emails a month with our products. And we have high variability of working with Broadway shows to concerts to your favorite sports teams. United Miles Plus did a test in October of 2024. And now we are now the provider of their exclusive products for all of their live entertainment needs that are in 9 of their hub markets. And we're trying to convince them to do about 30 different markets. So what is live entertainment as a service? So we actually have created a product in which someone like HBO Max or a subscription service can get $25 of tickets every single month. It expires at the end of the month, so it comes up again, and they get another 25 the following month. It helps because now they have something to leverage when someone's trying to unsubscribe. It works on 30,000 events. As I mentioned, we have a lot of inventory to sell that's both consigned and founded through multiple marketplaces that we work with. We fulfill on the customer service side and the fulfillment side, so it's seamless for a brand we work with. We have a customizable redemption platform. We'll show you here in a second. And also we have our own inventory management system that can be integrated with multiple third parties. So we can actually integrate theme parks to tours and attractions, and then later on with travel. We also have, with that platform, the ability to give data back of things what people are searching for. So we actually can give information about consumers who are coming on the platform for the brands we work with. All of this is already launched. All of this is currently already working. This is what our platform currently looks like, in which we'll be adding even more. If you see here real quick, we have deals on top of deals. So our negotiated rates, we might give someone 35% off on a show, and then you can still take $25 off with your codes. How do we make money? Well, number one, we have subscriptions basis. We typically doing a flat fee for a certain size of database, or we're working with someone giving us 3 cents per member per month for someone that has 100,000 members or less. It's an annual contract. We are getting these signed starting here in 2025. We also do just a traditional model for selling of tickets, in which we make upwards to 40% margin on those tickets. Typically, that's something that we do with a newspaper who's looking to engage their audience with different deals in the market. We have an incentive card. This incentive card is a $25 code that can be redeemed for anything on the site that we sell for $5 or less, depending on volume. This is actually an area that we're starting to get really, really strong retention on for our own business. We just got feedback from a holiday promotion in which someone was offering an Amazon card, I believe a $10 Amazon card or a $25 ticket reward card, and they selected us 67% of the time. So we beat Amazon. Loved hearing that yesterday. We're also started getting people advertising on our platform. We're cross-pollinating with packaging. So we have Darden Restaurants who recently bought a spot to be our exclusive provider of gift cards for packaging with live events. Our revenues, we're growing incredibly fast, but we also need to get our pipeline of more companies in the door. So we're actually raising to get our sales and marketing functions fully on board, because we currently are a staff of only 7, and we do have to procure most of the inventory we have and then fulfill it. 2025 is going to be a huge year of growth, of bringing on new clients, as well as a lot of testing, and then obviously bringing on new employees. We are going to be quickly into a very strong EBITDA by 2027. Here's our leadership team. It's very strong with diverse different backgrounds, with myself being more on a creative basis of selling of tickets or just general retail products. Cole Dunlop is our co-founder as well, who has actually started and exited within companies. Paul Bosch is also a huge industry expert in the ticketing space, working with the founding companies partners for Broadway.com, and also helped with EVG, which is a company we potentially could be selling to and scaling that business to $1 billion business. Kristen, as well, is a key member of our staff who's basically putting this all together behind the scenes for us. So appreciate everything she does for us. Our expertise is in live entertainment, but it's basically the know-how that most companies don't know how to do. At United Airlines, Mileage Plus was surprised to find us in the way that we're able to get them inventory way before it's on sale and get it to their members. And that's what we do really well. We put these strategic partnerships together because we know this business. Our technical development and product innovation is actually, there isn't any company does the kind of business we do with the kind of platform that we have. And we're basically customer centric in our design. We make it so it's very easy for people to say yes. Our staff has also done a number of different startups and actually a number of different exits as well. Our investment opportunity is a $2 million round. We've already got $320K committed with a $10 million cap on a safe note. Are mostly what we're going to be spending this on is sales and marketing, going to shows, going to events where we can get additional new leads. It's interesting. We work within the nonprofit space to Fortune 500 companies, the gift card space to retail products to subscription businesses. The other thing we'll be doing this year is also adding new products like tours, attractions, theme parks, and then eventually travel, which is obviously an even bigger subset of this area. Our exit strategy is going to be acquisition. While we've been doing this raise, one of our strategic partners has actually given us a term sheet potential to acquire us. It's actually higher than what we're looking for on the cap, $10 million cap currently. We also got great feedback from one of our clients who purchases with us already, and they basically said, once you scale, we would like to buy you. Also, there's large companies as an entertainment benefits group, AEG, which is a competitor to the Live Nation, and Blackhawk. If you ever go buy a gift card or Incom, you're buying them through a facilitator, which is Blackhawk and Incom, which are multi-billion-dollar companies. On here, 10 Capital did a great job of just highlighting some other companies in the space that have already evaluations that are multiples of 6 to 8, which in the ticketing space, it can actually be quite larger if we're doing it in our SaaS business. And that's my 10-minute pitch. So one other thing I do want to show you, just so you can actually see, is this is what our emails look like when people are sending something out. San Francisco Chronicle trusts us to actually write their content for us. HBO Max, this is when they were giving $25 every month to their subscribers. We have worked with Oprah as well, and this worked for Hearst in trying to get people to sign up for Oprah Daily Insider.
Great job, Jason. Thanks so much. Vadim, what's your first question?
Where are you based?
Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas. So all of you, the vast majority of your clients is remote sales.
Every single one of them are, yes. So we are very, very good into getting into big companies and finding the right person to talk to look at our programs. Most of our team is distributed though. So we have people in New York, South Carolina, Austin, Texas, Chicago. I actually am sitting in the UK right now because my wife got a great opportunity for a job.
Noah, what's your first question?
Ticket rewards. You're a reseller of tickets, or do you originate the tickets?
So we do both. We actually work directly with the venue. So it'd be a first time sale of a ticket versus it being bought and then resold. We're basically finding alternative channels, and that's why they give us sometimes 50% off their tickets so they could sell it earlier. And these shows are, I'll just give you an idea. In San Francisco, we moved 2,500 tickets for Hamilton over the holidays, over the last 4 weeks of the year. And we got those 6 months prior. And it was then brands were able to leverage that opportunity to get these tickets for a good value. And then later on in the process, that show was sold out. And so we were the only one to really have that inventory.
I remember I went to that show and I thought the ticketing was weird.
Well, one thing about our space is that most people don't know how to get a ticket, which is a big opportunity. And whenever you see an opportunity where distribution models are sort of not defined, the consumer doesn't know where to get it, and we push something in front of somebody they say, thank you for sending this. I might not go, but they say, thank you for letting me know. I mean, it's pretty incredible, the open rates of our emails. HBO Max, which has incredible content that we all love to watch and stream. We actually had higher open rates with our product than their own because of the stuff that people were looking to do.
How do you find the events yourselves? What's your
So,
origination?
we're deeply
Cost.
rooted. My company, the company I used to work for was Travel Zoo. If you're familiar with that company, I started their live entertainment space from scratch. So I became your Uber connected company and live person in live entertainment. We've hired other people who are also just as connected. And so because we're offering basically free marketing to these venues, these shows, these sports teams, they'll give us inventory at a net rate or a rate that's very affordable that we can package up and make a margin on. Or basically put it into a platform that when you redeem $25, it looks like you're getting an amazing deal when we're still also making money on it as well.
Clever.
And it's
So-
fun. It's a fun industry to be in. So
Because you get to go to all the events that you want to.
used to, yes. I got 2 kids now. So
Okay. So you stay home and stream. And what is I mean, I've seen this come through to me from my Vistana ownership. And so that's like the Westin Marriott conglomeration of vacation homes.
Uh-huh.
And they're now selling events like this. Is that through you?
we've actually talked to them before. We are in negotiations with them potentially to do more for what they have. So our ideology for it is that if you can take care of somebody at home as much as you can when they're traveling, you'll have a lifetime customer. So we are breaking into the hotel vacation area. We work with Vacation Village Resorts. Whenever they send out an email, it's the most open email that they have, both for things to do where their properties are, as well as things to do at home. We need more people out there knocking on doors is what we need.
Okay, so that's what you're raising the money for?
Yes, because it's actually, once we get somebody engaged, it's a high likelihood that they're probably going to be a partner of ours. One thing is it's a larger sales cycle for these enterprise brands. So as an example, we've been talking to Lyft for about 6 months right now, and they're looking to launch in about 4.
We have a few questions from the audience. What's the customer acquisition cost?
Our time right now. So for us, it's basically finding the right person in the door. So it's the cost of actually hiring somebody to go out and get it. We do have three other outside sales reps, and it's cost us about 20% of whatever they bring in.
What's your standard contract size?
Standard contract size is a good question. So we can do anything. So the standard contract for us is between 25,000, and then we have about 4 deals right now that are in the 7 figures that we're waiting on. On the distribution side, we're basically making off each distribution partner, say San Francisco Chronicle or Houston Chronicle. We're making about $100,000 per newspaper we're working with.
And what's the time to receive value on average? From the time they start the product till they really get value, how long is that?
Almost immediate. The first test we did, first email we did with Max showed them that they have high open rates, they have high engagement rates. The people like the product. The tests we did with Hearst, in which they actually took every person in and looked for if these people were going to unsubscribe or stay as a subscriber. Within 2 months, they could tell that these are people who are not active in their database at all.
What's your profit margins?
Currently, are about 36% is our margin. In the SaaS model, it's about 80%. So that's where we're putting a lot of time and effort into.
And how do you incentivize the ticket provider?
The ticket provider, well, we're getting them an audience that they can't reach. So it's a very easy conversation. So AEG, a big partner, came to us for A.R. Rahman because they saw what Andre Bocelli is doing with us, and then Hans Zimmer, and then we're going to get Ed Sheeran shortly because they can't get into these audiences, and we do it for free for them.
Right. If you lose connection because of competition, what happens?
If we lose
Connections.
connections. Oh, so interesting enough, the platform still works because we work in the marketplace and secondary market, which gives about, $10 billion worth of inventory at any given time. So
Okay.
inventory will always be available.
Are your current customers paying full price now? If not, when will they convert?
Some are paying full price right now. And we have people paying $5 for $25 codes. We've done a number of tests. We believe, most people are coming in at about 75% of what we pitched them in the beginning. It's a good rate that we're getting for it. So
Final question of the session. Are all employees only receiving equity as compensation?
are all employees receiving equity? No, they're getting paid currently.
Okay, sounds good. All right, we're at the end of our time. Jason, great presentation. Noah, Vadim, great questions. We need to move on to our last segment here, which is going to be Term Sheets 101. So let me put my slides up here right quick and walk through this in short order. And then we're going to move over to breakout rooms. And appreciate everybody voting on the last session that we had there.
Investor Connect helps investors interested in startup funding. In this podcast series, experienced investors share their experience and advice. You can learn more at investorconnect.org. Paul T. Martin is the director of Investor Connect, which is a 501c3 nonprofit dedicated to the education of investors for early stage funding. All opinions expressed by Hall and podcast guests are solely their own opinions and do not reflect the opinion of Investor Connect. This podcast is for informational purposes only and should not be relied upon as a basis for investment decisions.